Hey, it's Lori Ballen in Las Vegas, creator of the 365 Days of KW Command. Today's video is by request. We're going to take a look at a landing page, how we can create a landing page to make an offer for like a lead magnet, and then how we can deliver that through KW Command. And I'm actually going to use Smart Plans to show you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, let me go to the home screen so I can show you where to go. Down on the left-hand side, we're going to click on Consumer. This used to say Agent Sites, or it said Sites, and now we have our anything consumer-facing, so that would be our landing pages, our agent sites, our home buyer guides and home seller guide, and our, right now, our apps. So they've changed that to Consumer. So we're going to click there. Then we're going to click Create a New Site. So we're going to create a standalone landing page for that offer, or you can create a landing page that's going to go on your website to make the offer. Either way you want, okay? So let's go to create a new site, and let's just say you want it to be a standalone page. We're going to click create a page. Up here where the pencil is, go ahead and give that a title. So maybe you're going to do the home buyer's guide. This is for your information. This is not what they're seeing. So I'm just going to save that there. That way, when you're looking at your landing page, you'll know what's what. All right, now let me just tell you this right now. Some of the widgets and blocks and content blocks are working better than others. And because there still seems to be a challenge with mobile responsive, it's kind of like you have to create for mobile, and then it might look a little funny on desktop because your alignments are going to be a little bit funny. I just now built one and I previewed it in a desktop and a mobile, and the way the alignment is, it looks right on mobile, but it doesn't look good on desktop. And if you make it look great on desktop, it's not as good on mobile. So those are just some things you need to think about when you're using images and video or anything like that. So I'll show you what I'm talking about, and you can edit it, change it around. I'm going to give you just a very basic idea today of how to create a landing page to make an offer. I'm not going to get fancy with it. And then I'll go over and show you how to send the offer by email. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put something in like branding, agent branding. Oops, I don't like that one. Let me get rid of that one. I don't like the agent branding. I like the branded header better. So I'm going to move branded header in. Now, all you have to do is drag a widget over wherever that green line is where that widget's going to drop down to. Now, don't worry about placeholders. If you see information that's not correct, we still have to configure the widgets. So it's okay if it says Mary Smith instead of Lori Ballen right at first, because we're going to have an opportunity to change that. Now, the next thing I would suggest is possibly a video presenting what they're going to get. And you can do that easily by dragging in the video block like this. And then when we get to configure widgets, we'll be able to put in what video we actually want that to be. Okay, you can do that. Or you can drag in something from the content blocks like an image. Okay, so let me show you. We're going to drop files here or click to upload. So you can drag in an image. I'm just going to use a dummy image for now, just something that's quick and easy so you can see it. And click it again, and then it will appear. Okay, now right now that looks great if that was like a home buyer's guide offer of some sort. But if you look at this on mobile, at least in this view, I haven't published it, it doesn't look like that's going to function very well. So instead, we might want to use a smaller image that aligns better, and I'll show you something more like a pin size image. That's still making the whole page. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I'm making the video for the first time, so I'm not sure how it will take those images. If we're just looking at their previews, those images are not looking so great. So would have to look at it on publish it, and then go to your phone and look at it on an actual mobile device to see if it makes any changes. Your next options are, you could do something like this. So we're going to take this lead form and I'm going to drag this right here. Okay. Now in a minute, we're going to configure widgets and we're going to change this heading to say free home buyer's guide. I'll show you where we do that. So if we wanted to, let me see what that looks like. Yeah, see how it's mobile responsive now? But it doesn't look like the images are mobile responsive. That's why I'm afraid to mess with those. So we're going to put a free home buyer's guide up here. And then again, if you want to put a video under there, that might be worth doing. But otherwise, I don't know that I would put an image in there just yet. Your Facebook ad might be a better way to put images on there and then let the landing page kind of be a kind of stand alone. Okay. Now, I also really like this download my app widget. I'm going to drop that in so you can see what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? So if you want to include that on there, you can. But if you're just wanting to do a really basic, I want people to register right here, then you may not want to put anything else on the page. Okay, that's something to consider. So what I would do next is I would go to Configure Widgets. Oops. Click on the widget we want to configure. There we go. Now, instead of interested, let's talk, get your free home buyer's guide. Simply register and you'll receive, you'll get the guide in your email. I'm worried about trying to spell while I'm typing and teaching at the same time. In your inbox, something like this. Then click Save and Apply so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so now see your call to action up here has changed. So let me go back out of the lead form, click Done so you can see what it looks like. We can preview it here. Not sure why it looks like the color changed on that heading. We'll have to take a look at that. Branded header looks good. Okay, so here's where we can now edit the header. I'm going to put local specialist. I don't know if that shows up on mobile. Let's see. Save and apply. Yeah, it's not even showing up on mobile. On a desktop, we get the local specialist, but on a mobile smartphone, we don't. Guys, I'm just telling you right now, the best way to design is by designing in the mobile preview, because most of our consumers are going to be on mobile, and we really need to be designing for mobile first, desktop second. So it's of habit. We're in habit of designing big, fancy, above the fold, large screen websites and landing pages, but we need to start getting used to designing in a more simple form and designing for mobile. Okay, so this will do the job. It certainly is not fancy, but it is a registration form and it would work for this. Okay, now let's just say we're done. We would publish the page. Would you like to publish this page as a landing page? Yes. Okay. Now, here it is, Home Buyer's Guide Sample. You've got this long URL. Let me show you what this does. When somebody pastes that URL now into a browser or you advertise it, I don't know why it's making that free home buyer's guide. You know what? My attention to detail, not attention to detail, I would want to change that. You cannot read that title. So here's what we'll do. Let's go back, go to edit. And instead of that, let's put a text block. Let's go to content blocks. We'll drag a text box up here instead. And then put your call to action here. Get your free home buyer's guide. Ugh. There we go. Now here, you can actually change this to be a large font by clicking here and then changing the size. See that? And you can also make it bold, italics. Now let's look at that in preview and see. Okay, that looks good. See, it doesn't need to be that large. See what I mean about designing in mobile? This is why. This is why. So let's edit that down to like a 4. And then you can change the font if you want. Oh, I need to highlight it and change it. Okay, then look at it on mobile. Now that could probably be a little bigger. See, this is all there is to it. You just kind of play until you get things where you want them. So let's make that a size 5. Probably because I changed that font from Arial. Okay. You can also put a link in this. If for any reason you wanted a link here, you just click and hover over and then click this little link. Maybe that's not working right now. Okay, that's not doing what I thought it would do, so let's just leave that alone. Okay, so free home buyer's guide. Then you can edit this widget again by going to configure widgets. And then we can change that title. You could change that to whatever you want. Save and apply. It's that light little grayed out. Okay, get your free home buyer's guide. Okay, so this again would do the job. Then just click save and apply. And then we're going to publish the page. Yes. Okay, now here we can change the URL and you can customize. This is called the slug. This is what comes after the slash or the top level domain name. So you can change that now to home buyer's guide if you want to do something like that, and then click create. Okay. And then once you have that done, here's what will happen. Let's go ahead and pretend that we are a buyer. Lori Ballen. All right. Oh, I'm not a robot. Okay, so this is what the user would be doing. Send. 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 Don't know why it's not. I don't see it sending. Okay, that's working. Enter a note is required. Okay. I'm not a robot. Okay, it could be sending. We'll find out. Don't know if it's sending. We're not getting confirmation. So the next step would be to go into they could be even working on something back there. I should try it from a mobile device and see if anything changes. Lori Ballen. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and show you how I would how I'd create a smart plan, because what you could do to send out your offer, what you could do is go ahead and start there and see if the form is working on your side, you're good to go. Test that form, because here's what we want to happen. We want that lead. I have filters on, that might be why. All contacts. Okay, it looks like there's only one of me. So, okay, so what we would do next is we're going to go create a smart plan. So on the left-hand side here, we are going to go to Smart Plans, which is right here. I'm going to open this in a new tab so I can keep my contact record open. Now, go to Create Smart Plan. Plan name is Home Buyer's Guide. Category right now, contents, and right now the trigger event is manually add. So the concept is somebody goes to the landing page, they fill out the landing page, they request the home buyer's guide. When they come in, you're going to have to manually add them to this smart plan to get their offer. In the coming days, weeks, months, whatever, I don't know when it'll happen, there's going to be a tag that is applied that can then automatically fire a campaign. We're just not there yet as of today, as of making this video in the beginning of 2020. So that may be here when you're looking at this later, but for today, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do Home Buyer's Guide. Then we're going to click Apply. Now, all you have to do is use these widgets on the right to decide what you want your smart plan to have in it, okay? So choose a trigger event. Right now, we can't do anything but leave it by default because it doesn't have the other items yet. So later, they'll be able to fill out a form. It'll automatically tag and fire an action set. But for today, we've got to just do some manual stuff. But at least we've got the option now to do it. Okay, so the person, you add them to the campaign. What is the first thing that you want to happen? Okay, you could send an SMS. So this is a text message. And you have to have Twilio set up to send text messages. So if your home buyer guide you offered to send in a text, then you want to send it to them in a text. If you just want it to be email, you don't have to do this piece. I just want to show you how to do it in case you do. So here you could say hi, and then we're going to populate their first name. Here is the home buyer's guide you requested. Okay. As of right now, what needs to happen is your, if you're sending a text, your home buyer's guide has got to be a link. It has to be a link somehow. So you need to upload it to Dropbox and get a public link. Or if you have another website like WordPress, you can upload your PDF and share it as a link. Any way you can get your home buyer's guide to be a link. There's lots of ways. You can use Google Drive, right? So I would suggest, because this is a text message, that link needs to be really short. So what I would do is I would go over to bit.ly and create a short link. And it's going to look like this. And you can even customize it. So mine says bit.ly.com. This one I was doing yesterday says bit.ly. And normally it would be / whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I was able to add 365 commands. So maybe you could put bit.ly Ballen guide or Ballen buyer guide or your name buyer guide or something like that. Or you can just leave it the whole long one. But then what I would do is I would see how long this link is. Otherwise, you don't want to send that in a text message. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back over to my smart plan and I'm going to paste it here. And then you can close off, or you can say, call me when ready to shop, something like that, or save my number, save this message, save me in your contacts, and text me with questions. Lori Ballen. Something like that. Okay, let's just say that's day one. So then click this little check mark to save it. Done. Okay, now, new action. If you also want them to get this by email, what you're going to do is you're going to drag in this, or just click it, send email. Okay, so who's the reply to? It's from team@ballenvegas.com. Subject, the home buyer's guide you requested. And then here you could take this same message basically and put it in here. Maybe space it out a little bit because this is an email, remember, so you've got more space. Maybe you'll add your phone number. You've also got these merge fields up here where you can enter the contact's first name, last name of the email, phone number, birthday, or home anniversary. Those are great if you wanted to say, hey, I noticed contact birthday. August 29th was your birthday. I wanted to say, you can drop those in here, okay? Now here we have bold, the normal designs, bold, italic, underlined. You can put a list in the email if you wanted to create a list of everything they're going to get in the guide when they open it, if you wanted to. Here you can play with colors, text size, text alignment, left, center, right, links. Okay. No, I do not see the ability yet to add an attachment, but I do see HTML. Okay. Now, HTML, we can browse library for email templates. And we can play with these. These would be great for like sending out a birthday wish. I'll work on those on a separate email. But for now, let's just go back to plain text so that you don't get too confused. Let's go back to simple. Okay, there you go. For this right now, this is better just being sent like this because you're just trying to send them the link is all you're doing. Okay, so you've done that. Now you've sent them a text message, you sent them an email. Now you can decide, do you want to be done or is there something else that you would like to do? From here, you can set a delay, click that, and then, okay, what happened? So I'm going to give them a week, let's just say, so you're going to change this to 7 days. Now what do you want to happen? New action, make a call. I clicked it, you couldn't see me click it, but I did. And now it's down here. So now it will add a to-do to your task list. It says call, and let's just put in a first field name and a last name. Call so-and-so. Call James Smith. Follow up on free home buyer's guide. Okay, because there's a reason you need a link there and then do today. Okay, so then when it's done, click save. Okay, so these are your steps. These are your touches. Okay, now from here, you could add another text message to follow up. Hey, it's Lori Ballen. How are you enjoying the home buyer's guide? Where are you at in the process? You can do all that from here. You could, I wouldn't recommend restarting the flow because that'll start from the beginning, and that in this plan wouldn't make sense. It makes sense like in your neighborhood nurture, every 2 weeks they're getting the same link and same report. In this case, it wouldn't. But you can also add to Smart Plan. Watch this. I'm going to click Add to Smart Plan at the very bottom. And now you can move them to biweekly neighborhood nurture or my promote my app. So let's click that one. So now they've gotten your guide. You've added a phone call task. Now you could keep doing that, or you could just move them and add them to, it doesn't move them technically, it adds them to, so you could have 2 campaigns going at the same time. You could keep this one going like on an every 7 day, every 14 day, every 21 day phone call or automated text message that you set up. And then you could also add them to the My Promote app so that they get a call to action to download the app. Now, let's just say, okay, this is on day 8. What if you said, oh, I want them to get that right away? That's a great idea. Just move this up. Did you see that? Is it moving up? I don't know if it's actually moving up. Day 8. Day 4. Okay, hold on. Let me just toggle this so I can look at it in a cleaner view and see if it's moving. So send a text message, send an email, make a call, set delay. Yeah, this won't let me drag it up, but I did think it would let me move it up. Move up. Oh, There it goes. There it worked. Okay, so I had to click this arrow to toggle them so that I could see them all lined up on my screen in order to get that to work right, okay? So add to smart plan. Maybe you want that to go before you even make the first call. Then click that and move it up. And then we want that set delay. So make a call day 8, set delay for 7 days. Yes, that's correct. And then add to smart plan right after they get the SMS and email, right? So you could also say, oh, well, I don't want them to get the smart plan app the same day. So let me add a set delay. Watch this. Click set delay, and you'll notice it went to the bottom. So just go down to the bottom, set delay, 1 day. You see it? Just move it up. Up again. We want this to go right above the smart plan. Up again. There we go. So now they get an immediate text with the home buyer's guide. They get an immediate email with the home buyer's guide. Then your system waits 1 day, and then the next day it sends them the promote my app plan. Then it delays 7 days, and now it shows up with a make a call. This is how this whole thing works. So you can move things in and out. You can move things to the bottom, to the top, change the flow however you want. A flow or a path, these are called. Okay. And then we have it on. We have home buyer's guide. And then let's save this, because when I was trying to add people using this yesterday, I was getting an error message. So let's save it so that we don't lose all of our work. Okay. Let's go look and see where it is. I'm going to go into smart plans so that we can just see where it's at. There's your promote your app. There it is, lead magnet buyer's guide or home buyer's guide. See, duration 9 days, 3 touches. It's on. Now add people, edit, or put it in the trash. Now we can also add from here. So let's just say your form gets filled out. Congratulations. Now you have somebody showing up in your database here. And again, right now, I don't yet know how we're going to identify that those came in from the lead form until we can actually test one all the way through. It may or may not say, I don't know what it'll say on the right-hand side, like how it tells us what form was filled out. So we've still got to play with that. So I'm going to click on this person here, go to the right, click on Smart Plans, add to Smart Plan, and we're going to go to your home buyer's guide, click select, and then do you want to start it now or start on the following days? That's it, you guys. That is how you can, these smart plans are ready right now. Email through KW Command emails, go into your settings and make sure you have your right email set up, the right return address you want it to go to. And then Twilio, if you want to send text messages, you have to have Twilio. Twilio's not free, but it's cheap. So you'll have to decide if you want that to be part of your plans. I do as part of mine, okay? And then you just go into any contact and click Smart Plan, and then you can start sending your home buyer's guide or whatever your lead magnet was. So I know this was kind of a rough version, but it gets you started today. You go in and play with those forms and see how you want that to work. And then as this evolves with tags and other trigger automation, we'll revisit the video. Go ahead and subscribe so that you are alerted when I create more videos as part of this 365 KW Command video series.